Electronic commerce, which is also called as e-business, is a financial business transaction that occurs over an electronic network, and anyone having an internet computer with an internet connection and a mean to make an online payment can participate in e-commerce. There are thousands of websites which are devoted to online shopping, from where you can buy and sell a number of products like books, clothes, and different type of services, etc. And why this e-commerce is becoming more and more popular? Because there is no blockage of time and distance, and in the traditional business setup, these are the basic problems: the problem of time and distance, and because transactions are fast, so your services are quick and easy.
E-commerce is basically buying and selling a product online. It is the use of the internet and the web to transact the business, which include 3 different types of peoples: producers, sellers, and buyers. Producers are the people who produce different kinds of products. Sellers are the people who sell the items, and buyers are the people who purchase the item. Business to business model or B2B model, in which both seller as well as buyer is an organization. Seller that receives the order and buyer who places the order. These both are organizations. So that's why it is known as B2B business model. One is business to consumer model, that is B2C, in which there is a business organization which is selling the product and consumer which is buying the product. So it is the transaction that takes place between a company and a consumer. We can take the example of online shopping like Amazon or Flipkart. If we want to purchase anything from Amazon, we will type that product name. For example, if we want to buy the mobile, then we will type the name of the mobile on Amazon or Flipkart or any other online website. We will get the information and then we will place the order, and then we receive the order. So the next model is consumer to consumer, in which no business organizations are involved. Simple, the consumers are the buyers and the buyers are the consumers. We can say that many websites are offering free auctions where individuals, common people, can buy and sell their products. For example, the common websites are OLX or Ebay, in which a person can sell or purchase the items individually. So no business organizations are involved. Several advantages of e-commerce, like that we do not need to go to the showrooms or shops to buy the products, and moreover we do not need to carry the cash, as well as we can negotiate easily about the cost, and we do not need to search an item manually with the help of some middle persons like salesperson, etc. And moreover, there is no geographical time or time barriers, as we can go for online shopping 24 hours, and even it can save our time, money, and
Governance or electronic governance is the application of information and communication technology, ICT. The purpose of e-governance is to deliver government services, exchange of information, communication, transactions, and integration of various standalone systems. E-governance acts as a strategic tool for transforming governance and improving the quality of services provided by the government to its people. Information technology has been found to be very useful in refreshing the government administrative systems by enhancing their capacity and efficiency. there is a vast scope and potential for application of IT in governing processes and transactions.
Amazon, eBay, all these are examples of e-commerce sites. So what is e-commerce sites? What do they actually do? So anything you wanted to buy online, it is possible with the help of this e-commerce sites. Only then you can pay the money even by online facilities. So when you're buying any products in online, you have to be very careful because there are a lot of fraud things happening around the internet. Like there are many fraud companies which sell the products and services, but you must be very careful in choosing those websites, e-commerce websites especially. And you know that trust is one of the key factor of these sites, because buying products through internet is very easy and simple, but you must not do it alone or without the permission of your parents or the elders, because you have to be very, very careful when you're doing this online shopping. Now we'll learn how to do online shopping by a step-by-step process. So first is whatever e-commerce website you're gonna use, and that you'll have to first sign in with your account details. Yeah. So if you don't have an account, you'll have to create it, and then you have to type in what you're gonna search for. Actually, suppose you're planned for buying any one product, you'll have to type it in the search bar, and then press go, otherwise press enter button, so that the list of details will be appearing on the screen, and then you can view that product. You can double click on the product and view the product, and finally if you're not able to purchase it now, you can add it to cart, and then whenever you wanted to buy those products, you can just check it from your cart and then you can buy. So once you have pressed that, and then you can proceed the checkout button, and your form will be appearing there, where you'll have to enter the address details of which place the product has to be delivered, right? And then finally you will enter the shipping address and then click the continue button. So in the next thing you'll do is either you're gonna do it cash on delivery, or you're gonna do it by credit card or debit cards, whatever. You're gonna just select those options and close the particular website and come out. This is how do you do online shopping. And next is about online news. You all know what an online news is. Like we have a lot of newspapers, magazines coming around, and also there are a lot of news channels available. But in spite of that, we have online news facility that we can also see it in our mobile phone, and it is very easy to check for the news wherever we are. So some of the websites like NDTV or www.ndtv.com or hindustantimes.com, all these are examples of the news, online news websites. Yeah, and it has made our work so easy. Even when you're traveling, it is very easy to go through the newspaper even with the help of the mobile phone. And the next one is video conferencing. What are we actually doing in video conferencing? Like for example, our online classes, what we are doing is an example of video conferencing, is because all of you together are able to attend the meeting, and then we are able to converse or communicate between each other. That is the main important thing of video conferencing. And more than two people can communicate using this video conferencing, and face-to-face conversation can take place. That is the important feature. And next is news group. What is a news group? Normally there are different places on the internet where you can exchange your views and ideas on different subjects with other people, and this you particularly call as news group. Okay, so it is not that you can read only the messages which has been posted by others, you can also reply to it, and if there is any doubt in that particular news group, whatever they have posted, you can raise a question for that also, they'll be replying it back to you. Okay, that is news group. And next is blog. You know, all of you know what a blog is. Yes, blog is blog means to maintain or add content to a blog, or you can say that it is also a type of websites where it is mainly maintained by an individual, and it contains regular entry of commentaries and description of events or any happenings or your own opinions about any particular thing you wanted to post. Then you can post it with the help of the blog. And some of the common types of blogs are personal blog, corporate blog, and moblog. So we'll be learning only about the personal blog. Personal blog is nothing but like our own diary, what we maintain on the daily basis. So the personal blog, an ongoing diary or a commentary, it has been maintained by an individual, and it is most common blog sites such as Twitter. All these are some of the examples of personal blog, because All these allow the bloggers to share the thoughts and feelings instantly with their friends and family. So that is the example of the Twitter is an example of a personal blog. And the next is we're going to learn some of the advantages of blogging. So the first thing is it is mainly allowing us to share our own ideas and views over the internet. And the cost taken for this blog is very low. It is very cheap rather than giving an advertisement. And it is also allowing you to speak directly to your customers. If there is any fault in the product, whatever you have designed, you can easily get the feedback from the customers. And blogs are very positive way of getting feedback, and the readers can react to certain piece of information and even on the stories whatever you have posted. And also blog build the profile of the writer, and you will be able to showcase your talents, and you can also show how expert you're there in particular topic whatever you have been posting. Like you see in the picture, you have Facebook, Twitter, and then you have Pinterest, Instagram. So all these are examples of social networking. The main aim of social networking is to connect people or to communicate with different community of the people over the internet. And some of the common sites which we normally use is Facebook, and here we're going to learn only about the Facebook in your chapter. So Facebook has been founded by whom? Mark Zuckerberg, and in the year of 2004, in the month of February, February 4th 2004, Facebook has been invented. And this Facebook is mainly helping us to connect or interact with the other people. It is not that only within the friend community, even with the city, workplace, school, so everywhere we're able to connect with the help of the Facebook. And some of the advantages when you use something in social networking, there are both advantages and disadvantages. So we'll just know what are the advantages of using Facebook. The main thing is you can add your photos, and you can also maintain photo albums in your Facebook profile so that you can retrieve it back. And then whenever you wanted to search and browse for people on Facebook, it is very easy, and you can upload any songs and videos to your profile. All these are some of the advantages of Facebook. So children, we have learned about what an e-commerce is and what are the different types of e-commerce, and also about the different types of online facilities and the social networking, and also we have learned about blog and other things.
Students, if you have any problem in this chapter, you can message me anytime and ask your queries. Okay? Have a nice day.